Hello and welcome to ASP Stuff Radio, the internet radio show that discusses random stuff like bees, bombs, and Ben Carson's babbling baloney. It's Saturday, January 23rd. I'm your host, Caustic Joseph Climacus III. Joining me today are my two stuff analysts, Paul Felice and Stephen Felice. Guys, welcome.
Woohoo, yeah. Yes.
Your voice is turning more into an NPR sound.
Is it mutating? Uh-oh. I gotta be more...
Mutating, evolving.
Mutating. Welcome to ASP! I just got castrated!
Just embrace it. Just go with it.
All right.
Yeah, that's your radio voice.
That's my voice.
Or just officially get clipped.
I officially got smacked right in the ball sack. I want to say hello to Italy, Lithuania, Indonesia, Russia, Brazil, Mexico. I think I'm missing another country, but so far we've had a variety of people from different parts of the world clicking on our website.
Going beyond Indonesia.
Yeah. Oh, and of course Indonesia, yeah.
But see, are they responding? Are they giving us feedback?
Yeah.
No.
Does anyone send an email to you?
No emails as of late.
No tweets?
No tweets or twits
Nothing
twats.
from Hideco?
Nothing from
or
Hideco.
Gita?
I think we've offended them somehow, some way, in some form.
I think they're jealous of our other listeners.
You think so?
Yeah. They
We
thought they were
actually
the only
mentioned them
two.
by name, though. There's nobody else that we talk about.
I know. Hideco, come back. Gita, please. Email ASP Stuff Radio. We need you.
Especially since he gets invites from Trump.
Yeah, I know. Dang. You still haven't told us how you arranged that Thanksgiving dinner.
I bet you Gita's probably talking with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. They are politically affiliated with each group.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess if you declare independent, right, neither Democrat or Republican, then I guess you can't vote for either party.
You can't vote in the primary.
Yeah, you can't vote in the primary.
Is that the official rule?
Yep.
Yeah. It wasn't like
Okay.
that several years ago because I used to declare it independent and I would still be able to vote in the primary.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never been able to.
Really? Or maybe it's changed. Maybe California was different than Arizona.
But what would be the point in being independent anyways?
I don't know. It's kind of like being agnostic with God.
Well, you'd have to start a movement, revolution, like what Bernie Sanders is trying to do, right? Isn't Bernie Sanders? He was independent when he won.
That's true.
For Vermont, right?
Okay. Yeah, I don't.
But in order to have a voice, though, you have to side with one of the parties.
Yeah. Well,
I'm kind of in the middle.
I've been listening a little bit to Bernie Sanders. He sounds like a straight shooter.
I'm a straight shooter.
He's the most direct candidate. He's the most honest, but he's not going to have enough to win.
Yeah.
How do we know
He's
that?
popular with the kids.
The millennials and the
They
pennies.
love me because I sound like Larry David.
They like Curb Your Enthusiasm. They like me.
Popular with the kids.
Popular with the kids, everybody.
The kids love me.
But that's not enough votes. That's not enough. We gotta get more kids. Gather up the troops. Gather up the millennials. Come out and vote for me.
How could you not vote for that? I mean, it just riles you up.
They like their grandfather. That's
The cool.
That's a cool grandpa.
Cool grandpa.
That's the thing. He does say a lot of reasonable things. Like he goes beyond what Hillary Clinton will say.
Yeah.
If she says that they need to do something, he'll say, no, we need to do it. Go even farther.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's important to have pragmatics, to be practical. And things that are in theory just aren't practical. We have to have ways of paying for these socialist programs.
Yeah, that's what the Republicans say.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, so Bernie Sanders is a socialist.
Where are you going to get the money?
Goddamn socialists! Trying to ruin our country!
You do a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with Bernie Sanders
as the guest, and then Larry David confronts Sanders, and Sanders, you sound like me! You sound like me! Are you my long-lost relative? Are we related? Do you hear about Palin? Sarah Palin endorsing?
Oh, yeah. Do you have... We need to get that clip.
I have a little... Here.
Do you have the Colbert edit of...
Oh, no.
That's why...
Well, let me just play the actual...
So what did Palin do? She's endorsing Trump,
Is she governor of anything anymore? Or what happened to her? Was she...
No,
she wrote a book.
She wrote a... But she's not governor anymore. Was it Alaska?
No. Yeah, her term ran up. I don't think they...
Thank God.
Impeached her.
They impeached her.
I don't think so.
You could impeach a governor?
Well, you can have them removed. That's what happened to the California governor, Gray Davis, a few years ago.
Oh, the guy that was responsible for the... what do you call those blackouts in California?
Yeah, that, and there was a lot of... He wasn't effective, and there was some corruption. I can't remember everything that happened, but he was essentially kicked out of office, and that's what led to that runoff election that Arnold's governor.
Arnold, I won the country.
That was a really crazy time.
Yeah.
So would
it wasn't
Trump make a better president? Who would you vote for?
But first of all,
I would vote for Schwarzenegger
because he was in the Terminator.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would kill some ISIS terrorists.
Yeah, he would definitely
himself
turn into a robot.
He'd go in there. He would fly in on his own special ops
his
team.
leathery human skin would peel off, and the robot would come out, and he would just destroy ISIS. But what Davis did is nothing in comparison to Bush, right? Invading Iraq and lying to the public. Right?
No, it was just more budget issues, and he just wasn't very effective. Like nobody supported him, and so that they voted him out.
Yeah. But Clinton, he had relations with an intern, so that's really bad.
Yeah, so I have that clips about... Hold on. So let me play the Palin clip first. So Trump introduces Palin.
Okay.
I just want to now say just a couple of words about a very special person. This is a person who I've known for a long time, who I've respected for so long, an incredible husband, an incredible family, and somebody that when I heard that she was going to endorse me, I was so honored. You have no idea how honored. And I would like to bring up, if I might, Governor Sarah Palin. Special person. Thank you.
Yeah. I got one person there.
Get on the stage. Hurry up.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be in Iowa. We're here just thawing out.
Thawing out?
Todd and I and a couple of our friends here from Alaska, lending our support for the next president of our great United States of America, Donald J. Trump.
Oh, yes.
Jay.
Mr. Trump, you're right. Look back there in the press box. Heads are spinning. Media heads are spinning. This is going to be so much fun. Are you ready to make America great again? We all have a part in this. We all have a responsibility. Looking around at all of you, you hard-working Iowa families, you farm families, and teachers and teamsters, and
farm toters
and cooks, you rock and rollers and holy rollers.
Whoa, wait.
Holy roller? Wait, what's a holy roller?
We're holy and we're rolling with the Lord. We're rolling and holy, rolling with the Lord.
Who calls themselves a holy roller?
Is that a
That
real
sounds
term?
like a gambling term.
Yeah.
You farm rootin' tootin', potato eating, corn husking.
She's just being racist.
Oh, yeah.
and
I know.
prejudiced.
She was trying to think of all the stereotypes of Iowa.
Were they cheering it on? I think they were
Corn-
cheering it on too.
Trump's face was just kind of like, oh shit, did I really
Yeah.
think she's
He's
that
like,
great?
Why
Oh,
did I
man.
agree to this?
No, but see, it's all a game for Trump, right? So in his head, he's thinking, yeah, she might say something weird, but look at America's really eating it up.
Yeah.
They really are for this.
So that's what she sounds. I don't want to play the rest of it. It's just 20 minutes of
Yeah.
and yelling.
She's
Well,
going
she sounds-
insane listening to this.
She sounds kind of drunk.
Yeah, she sounds funny.
I sent you the Colbert one if you want to play a little bit of that.
Okay. Do you send it to my Volition?
A Joseph.
Palin said, we're going to make America great again. So is she assuming that America is already great and we're going to make it great again? Or what?
No,
No, she's saying,
Obama screwed it up.
so it's all messed up.
Yeah. It's Trump's slogan. Make America great again.
Oh, okay.
So that's on his hats that he has.
Yeah.
His trucker hats that he
His
passes out.
his cheap trucker hats, it's saying that America is not great right now.
So we're going
And
to
the
make
only way to make it great again is to elect him president.
it. Okay. But at some
But
point.
Bernie Sanders thinks that America's not great right now either, so they must
No.
be buddies.
Okay.
They agree. And I think Bernie Sanders did say Trump is a good friend of his. But, because Hillary Clinton doesn't get along with him.
Well, Funkhauser is a good friend of Larry David, but they don't get along.
Right, that's what he means.
All right, got the clip.
Well, folks, happy Hump Day, first of all. I love Hump Day. I love this. It's a nice reminder that no matter how bad things get, the end is in sight. Unless you're talking about Donald Trump. Because nothing, but nothing will ever stop this guy. He's way ahead in the polls. He's getting all the endorsements. And I'm not surprised because there is no one on earth like Donald Trump. Well, except maybe one person.
I'm here to support the next president of the United States, Donald Trump. Since you've been gone, since you've been gone, yeah.
God, I have missed you. It's like a magical eagle made a wish on a flag pin and it came to life. Which is great for me. Because while Trump, admittedly, has given me so much material to make jokes about, nobody compares to the original Material Girl. Oh my God. And Sarah Palin is such a pro. She knows when you're on a reunion tour, the crowd only wants to hear your greatest hits.
I want you to try to picture this. It's a nice thing to picture. Exactly 1 year from tomorrow, former President Barack Obama, he packs up the teleprompters and the selfie sticks and the Greek columns and all that hopey-changey stuff, and he heads on back to Chicago, where I'm sure he can find some community there to organize again. We're not going to chill. In fact, it's time to drill, baby, drill down and hold these folks accountable.
Drill.
Drill, baby, drill! Hopey, changey, hopey! Do mainstream media! Do lipstick on a pit bull! Say hockey mom! Please! I mean, look at her. She has not missed a step. She is in the zone. She's like Michael Jordan in the playoffs. She is unconscious. I mean, you gotta give it up. She knows what to do. There's so many other things I could say about yesterday's endorsement, but not nearly as many as Sarah Palin could.
They stomp on our neck and then they tell us, just chill. Okay, just relax. They've been wearing political correctness, kind of like a suicide vest. We kowtow and we apologize, and then we bend over and say, "Thank you, enemy." You ready for a commander-in-chief who will let our warriors do their job and go kick ISIS ass? And then, funny, haha, not funny. But now what they're doing is wailing, well, Trump and his trumpeters, well, they're not conservative enough. He doesn't get his power, his high, off of opium, other people's money. He builds big things that touch the sky. Right-wing and bitter clinging proud clingers of our guns, our God, and our religions and our Constitution. No more pussyfooting around. Can I get a hallelujah?
Hallelujah! Hallelujah! Woo! 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 Woo!
All right, I'm gonna stop it there.
Yeah.
That was great.
Man, she is
Dang, that for real?
going off.
That is for real.
She's going off, but
This is for real.
half of this is not even a coherent sentence. There's no sentences strung together.
It's just a bunch of crazy ass exclamations just to get the whole crowd
Yeah.
riled up.
It's not even one-liners. It's just words.
It's a classic fallacy. It's a appeal to the mob. You know, just
Those people love it.
yeah. We're gonna vote for her. Dang, hallelujah! Voting
Trump
for her.
Palin.
Yeah.
Let's go.
so
2016.
she's going to be the vice president?
No.
She's just
That
You
would-
don't think so?
Well, that
don't
would
think
just
Trump would
ruin
pick her?
Trump if
Well,
he gets elected or becomes a nominee. If he picks Palin, nobody's going to vote because that goes against what the Republicans want.
mhm.
They don't want it's fine if she talks and does all this stuff, but they don't want her in the White House.
Well, but it would be up to Trump, right? He gets to pick his...
Well, it won't be.
Well, he knows. Hopefully he's smart enough to know that, because McCain even admitted that when they chose Palin, that was one of the biggest mistakes that he made.
Well, actually, I think that was the downfall, right, of his
Right.
campaign.
for McCain.
It spelled doom for his campaign. That's how...
Well, then why would Trump do that, or have Palin endorse?
Well, he just loves playing America.
Okay. Well, so he won't. We know he won't pick Ted Cruz then because.
No, they had a fallout on that last Republican debate.
Yeah.
They're no longer friends.
What about the Canada remark, and then what about the New York values? I have that clip.
Oh,
What
yeah,
did he
let's play
say?
that clip.
Ted Cruz insults New York. I have the New York values. Want me to
Yeah,
play that?
let's play that one,
Okay.
yeah.
Let me follow up and switch gears. Senator Cruz, you suggested Mr. Trump, quote, embodies New York values. Could you explain what you mean by that?
You know, I think most people know exactly what New York values are.
I am from New York.
Well, you're from New York, so
Yeah.
you might not. But I promise you, in the state of South Carolina, they do. And listen, there are many, many wonderful, wonderful working men and women in the state of New York. But everyone understands that the values in New York City are socially liberal or pro-abortion or pro-gay marriage, focus around money and the media. And I would note, indeed, the reason I said that is I was asked, my friend Donald has taken to at his events playing Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA. And I was asked what I thought of that, and I said, well, if he wanted to play a song, maybe he could play New York, New York. And you know, the concept of New York values is not that complicated to figure out. Not too many years ago, Donald did a long interview with Tim Russert. And in that interview, he explained his views on a whole host of issues that were very, very different from the views he's describing now. And his explanation, he said, look, I'm from New York. That's what we believe in New York. Those aren't Iowa values, but this is what we believe in New York. And so that was his explanation. And I guess I can frame it another way. Not a lot of conservatives come out of Manhattan. I'm just saying.
Are you sure about that?
Maria. So, conservatives actually do come out of Manhattan, including William F. Buckley and others, just so you understand. And just so, if I could, because he insulted a lot of people, I've had more calls on that statement that Ted made. That New York is a great place. It's got great people. It's got loving people, wonderful people. When the World Trade Center came down, I saw something that no place on earth could have handled more beautifully, more humanely than New York. You had two 110-story buildings come crashing down. I saw them come down. Thousands of people killed. And the cleanup started the next day, and it was the most horrific cleanup probably in the history of doing this and in construction. I was down there, and I've never seen anything like it. And the people in New York fought and fought and fought, and we saw more death and even the smell of death. Nobody understood it, and it was with us for months, the smell, the air. And we rebuilt downtown Manhattan, and everybody in the world watched, and everybody in the world loved New York and loved New Yorkers. And I have to tell you, that was a very insulting statement that Ted made.
There, and then if you actually are watching the clip, you'll see Ted Cruz is clapping for Trump at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, he's trying to save face.
Yeah,
trying to save face in front of the New Yorkers.
First of all, I want to comment on that. I like how Donald Trump says, you know, what you said was very insulting and very rude. Whereas all the shit that he said,
I know.
I don't know.
Goes to show you. that goes to show you he's very aware of the things that he's saying and the people he's insulting. So to me, it's all a gimmick. The whole thing, the whole campaign is a gimmick, just to see how far he can get this campaign, and he might,
right. So he's trying to get people from New York to sympathize with Trump. Oh, you know what? Oh, he's defending our state, and
well, yeah, for Cruz, from his perspective, he knows New York, you're a Republican, you're not going to win that state. You're not.
Sorry, Cruz.
That in California, you're not going to win those states. But Trump is thinking he might have a chance. Mm-hmm. He might be able to steal some Clinton supporters there. But.
Yeah, especially with the reference to 9/11. I mean, that's the greatest. Pull the 9/11 card. Mm-hmm. That came out of nowhere. Yeah,
it's a brilliant strategy. Yeah, it's a good strategy.
The smell of death.
And then Cruz's strategy is real typical. You just alienate. You're not going to win New York, so who cares about alienating them? And let's play on that and try to get Iowa.
So I don't even know what New York values are. Even the person from New York, the moderator, didn't know what New York values were. But
he pretty much slapped her in the face, right? He's like, "You're from New York, so you might not. You might not get it because you're there."
The other overgeneralization that he makes is he's saying all of New York State. Well, I guess it goes with all states, but how do you determine what state is blue and red? I mean, he's focusing on Manhattan, the city of New York, but upstate New York, there's a lot of conservatives there. So,
it's what traditionally gets all the electoral votes, right? Every year.
Yeah,
it's the way the system works. Mm-hmm. Doesn't really matter the popular vote. It's all about the electoral vote. Mm-hmm. Unless it gets really close, like in 2000, and then
it's about the mathematics. And all the coastal states are generally liberal blue.
Yeah.
And Florida is one of those swing states. Could go either way.
Yeah. Because they're not.
And and then getting back to Bernie's has a good chance of winning Iowa because of it is a swing state, I think, right?
Yeah, that's why they always focus on those.
States. I think it's what do they call it? A purple state? When it's in the middle.
Oh, it's purple. Oh, when you mix purple or blue and red, you get purple.
Well, when it's kind of or it's a swing vote, they're not sure. There's a lot of undecided voters.
Okay.
And then also Bernie. After Iowa comes. New Hampshire and Vermont's right next to New Hampshire, so it's a neighbor state. So he has a good chance of winning the first two. And then he can kind of snowball effect from there, maybe. See, that's why I think maybe, who knows? I don't know. It just makes sense. Every time you hear our grandpa speak out, just sounds right.
Yeah. But, yeah. Anyway, so was Cruz insulting libertarian or liberals? Is that what he was trying to get at with that remark? I don't understand what he was trying to accomplish.
Well, he said that they're pro gay marriage and what else? What other values?
For pro life, right? Abortion.
Mm-hmm. Pro life. Yeah, they're against. They don't mind having abortions, all that. So
they're pro choice.
They're pro choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're at a Republican debate, so to put down liberalism, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and then he's trying to call Trump, basically, he's not a true conservative because he's from New York.
Yeah, and then, yeah, exactly. And then they'll always go back.
Yeah, he's a fraud. Don't trust this guy. He's a sheep, or what do you call he's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
He doesn't belong here.
Yeah.
Get out of our club.
Yeah, because he supported a lot of liberal values, I think, years ago, right? And then now he's flip-flopped, and now he's all passionate about... He is a holy roller.
Holy something. Rolling! Okay, so since we're on the presidential...
Political track.
Yeah, track. I'm going to play a clip from our beloved Ben Carson. He was asked a question about Bill Clinton's affairs in the past and how that might affect Hillary Clinton's candidacy. And here's what Ben Carson has to say, and then he goes off on a tangent.
We should be able to look at any past president, whether they're married to somebody who's running for president or not, in terms of their past behavior and what it means. But, here's the real issue. Is this America anymore? Do we still have standards? Do we still have values and principles? You look at what's going on, you see all the divisiveness and the hatred that goes on in our society. We have a war on virtually everything, race wars, gender wars, income wars, religious wars, age wars. Every war you can imagine, we have people at each other's throats. And our strength is actually in our unity. You go to the internet, you start reading an article, and you go to the comment section, you cannot go 5 comments down before people are calling each other all manner of names. Where did that spirit come from in America? It did not come from our Judeo-Christian roots, I can tell you that. And wherever it came from, we need to start once again recognizing that there is such a thing as right and wrong. And let's not let the secular progressives drive that out of us. The majority of people in America actually have values and principles, and they believe in the very things that made America great. They've been beaten into submission. It's time for us to stand up for what we believe in.
So
powerful words.
So where do all these wars come from? That's a lot of wars.
Yeah.
Age wars.
And I mean, you look at the history of America, which back when the country first started, back in the 1800s, in the 1900s, there were no wars.
Mm-hmm.
There were no battles. We didn't have any of these controversies.
Yeah.
What happened in the past 15, 20 years to make it like it is today? Why can't we go back to the 60s where we have people being blasted with spray hoses in the streets? Why can't we go back to sending kids off to these Southeast Asia countries to fight pointless wars?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing now? Why can't we go back to those good old days?
Oh, the good old days.
Those were good old days when you used to send our young boys and girls out to get killed. Yeah.
We need to discriminate and separate the blacks from the whites.
We need to look back at our forefathers who
the happier
did not
times.
like war. Yeah, they were peaceful times back then.
when we would send our
just to let you know,
7-year-olds and 8-year-olds to go and work in the industrial complex.
Now, just to let our audience
slavery was a good thing. Why can't we go back to those days?
I should make a note, audience, that this is called sarcasm. So don't take it literally.
Need that disclaimer.
I know.
That goes back to one thought I had because well, I just want to mention one thing because Colbert, remember he used to have his character, his other show. Yeah, he'd be this conservative gimmick guy. I have this theory. I think that Trump is also being this huge gimmick, but it's just he's never going to give it up. The difference between Colbert and Trump is Trump's just going to keep it going.
Yeah.
Well, Colbert kept it up for what, 12, 13 years?
Quite a while.
I think Trump could do that.
Yeah.
That's true.
So where did if the evil didn't come from Judeo-Christian, the roots of Judeo-Christian, then where did it come from?
Roots. The roots.
The roots.
Well, it's the secular.
Yeah,
people.
that's where it is. All those liberal, free-thinking Satan worshippers.
Yeah, the people who say it's okay to go to an abortion clinic, the people who say it's okay to pay your minimum wage workers barely chump change.
I wish they could just say, I wish they could just say, he could say straight out, it's, you liberal,
evil.
asking
the rhetorical questions, just tell us the answer.
Yeah. It's the Democrats.
What happened?
It came from all those damn secular Democrats, those worldly people. That's what he should say. I think he would get more votes if he said it that way.
Doesn't Trump go out and actually say it? He can spit it.
He would. Yeah.
It's refreshing.
But I think if Carson did that, if he just straight out said, it didn't come from us Republican rednecks, it came from those damn tree huggers and those teachers of philosophy.
Not the welders.
Not the welders.
They need to just put a chart that says who's to blame, who's not to blame.
Yeah, there you go.
One side just list everybody out.
Here are the
New Yorkers, Muslims, philosophers. just put them all out there, and then on the other side say who's not to blame and who will fix. Who will make America great again?
Yeah,
it's not a scientist.
Not the scientist.
Definitely not a scientist.
Oh. We'll talk about. I forgot about the Einstein show.
Yeah, I saw that clip about Colbert and where he talks about not a scientist.
That too.
You need to play that.
I forgot. So I started teaching a couple weeks ago, and when I joke around, if I mention Donald Trump, only a select few laugh, and I look at everyone else, and it's like I offended them. Yeah, crickets. Like I really.
What did you say?
I think we're talking about Trump not being rational or something. We're talking about logic and reason. And
he threw in like a one-liner about Trump.
Something about Trump, just spontaneous, little joke. And then I turned around and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know there were so many Trump supporters out there.
Trumpeters.
And then you heard some cricketers.
I fear that these young kids. Well, I don't care about that. I'm worried about the fact that these little kids actually believe in Trump. But if I say something about, if I say
to them why you don't like Trump.
But if I say, and I notice when I joke, if I say something about Obama, then they all laugh. So they hate Obama.
They love Trump. Deeply red state, huh?
Yeah. Over there. Yeah, these young kids.
Our red neighbors over there.
Mm-hmm.
What did you say about Obama? Maybe it was a
long
joke.
Time ago, but I just know that whenever I did joke around about Obama or something, the class would collectively laugh or giggle or something.
Yep.
But with the Trump remark, it's like crickets, or maybe one or two people would laugh. But
it's the silent majority. Mm-hmm. That's the new name. There's a silent majority. Yeah. The people the silent bigots out there that they want to keep quiet until Trump came out and just let their bigotry reign free.
Okay, so I'm going to continue with the political
More politics.
Marathon.
More politics. Here we
this,
go.
This was last week. Obama was talking in was it Baton Rouge in Louisiana? Baton Rouge. He was speaking at a town hall meeting about since you mentioned climate, environment, and so I'm going to play the clip, and I want you to determine whether or not Obama is full of poo poo and caca, or if he's actually telling the truth. Okay.
We'll have to do our Larry David read the face thing.
Look into the camera.
So you have to determine whether or not Obama's really telling the truth, or if he's exaggerating or telling a blatant lie. All right.
First of all, it's important for us to understand how much environmental progress we've made in my lifetime. And the reason is sometimes when we talk about the environment, it sounds like something far away. But we don't remember what we've accomplished already. In the 1970s, in California, there would be regular days where people did not go outside. When Ronald Reagan was governor in California, there were regularly days where the smog was so bad, it was like it is in Beijing now. People just wouldn't go outside. And if you had asthma or some respiratory disease, you might die. I remember as recently as 1979, when I first started college, I started college in Los Angeles. When I went running, first week I was there, after about 5 minutes, I'd start feeling a burning in my chest. And it was just me sucking in soot and smog. And now you go there and that smog isn't there. And the reason is because we instituted things like catalytic converters and unleaded gasoline, and we changed the technologies to reduce smog.
So that was it. True or false?
Telling the truth about his jogging days?
About
sucking in soot.
Sucking in soot.
Didn't Obama smoke pot or something, or is that quitting?
Okay, I think part of this might have to do. I think part of this is partially true.
Is it as bad as? Okay, so is it as bad as it is in Beijing? The smog and the pollution, the particulates in the air.
I don't think so. I think maybe it was worse. It wasn't. It was never as bad as Beijing, I don't think. And you probably read about it, and we could find an article on the internet, find out how bad the quality of air is in Beijing. But it's pretty bad in Beijing. Okay,
right. I mean, it's really bad. You have to wear those little masks. So that's your assignment for next week. Find out whether or not Obama is telling the truth. But I don't know. It sounds like he's exaggerating.
Well, how is it better now than it was?
in LA?
Yeah.
I mean,
Is there no more smog at all?
I don't see too much myself. I think that LA has changed. It's not as maybe industrial as it once used to be. Mm-hmm. The industry is a little bit different. The city has evolved. I don't see a thick layer of smoke anymore. Or smog.
Yeah, I know when we drove through there not too long ago, it was weird to see it clear. Like I don't remember seeing it that clear before.
It's a little bit more clear now than when we grew up, we knew LA was pretty bad. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if that's entirely. It's not entirely due to these catalytic converters in a car. Okay, because I think there are more cars out there and there are improvements, but the industry has changed a lot as well.
Burning in my chest.
See? He's burning. I think
hold on, guys. My chest is burning.
Obama, I think, had an off day, too. It sounded like he was a little off there.
Yeah.
I don't think he got enough sleep that night.
Yeah, he was like...
You might die. In sucking in soot, you might die. You might die. Burning in my chest.
That's from the burning in his chest.
That's why it sounded like he was lying, because he was stammering a lot.
Yeah, I think he just had an off day though.
His off day?
Maybe I think he was lying partially there.
Yeah.
It's the lame duck year. You know.
It's my last year. This is last week.
Recent?
Last week, the 18th.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he needs to get a little bit more rest.
Sucking in soot.
And
It's
pot.
tough to-
Sucking in pot.
Speak in public. It's a tough deal to speak in front of a lot of people all the time.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Every day. Well, look, if you ever try listen to Bush, you know, I mean, Jeb.
That's true.
I mean, he could barely string together a sentence. Palin can only string together a couple words. Just kind of
Holy roller!
Giving liberal bias for giving Obama a pass.
Yeah.
Not good. You got to be critical.
That's right.
I don't know.
Get on him.
Critique him. Tear him
we
to
a liberal?
shreds.
Are we
critical.
MSNBC?
We're independent.
MSNBC.
We're independent.
Yeah. We're supposed to be independent, but I think there's a liberal bias here.
No.
A little bit of a.
I'm criticizing. I pulled this clip out especially because I think he's a liar.
There you go.
Yeah.
You need to do
Sucking
that
in
more.
soot.
I mean, why would I?
He is fibbing there.
I took Trump
let's
clips.
just straight up. He is fibbing.
I took Trump clips and, you know, the lunging knife thing, and now I'm using Obama's.
Burning in my chest.
Well, we got to get a Bernie Sanders quote.
I
Let's
know,
get some Bernie Sanders in there.
Yeah.
All right, so now we should do our main topic now. We should
Okay.
because we've been
Topic of the week.
Yeah. So we have Kim Jong-un's hydrogen bomb or the stock market and the oil.
Dong.
Which one?
Wait.
Kim.
I still need to know what his name is.
Kim.
Is it Dong?
No, it's Kim.
Dong Bong?
Let me look it up. Kim Jong.
Dong?
Kim
Jong-un. Kim Jong-un.
Is Kim Jong-il dead or is he alive?
That's his dad, right?
He's a supreme leader of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea.
Kim Jong-il is just ill. He's sick.
He be illin'. Well, so do you want to talk about his bomb
let's talk about
All right, so
It's a bomb, not a bong.
Okay, not a bong, everyone, but a bongholio. Let me play a clip that I got here.
North Korea set off its first nuclear explosion during the George W. Bush administration in 2006. They set off another one in 2009. They set off another one in 2013. They have built nuclear bombs. They have caused nuclear explosions. But the bombs they have built have not been particularly good ones, and the explosions they've set off have not been particularly big ones. All three of their nuclear explosions thus far were thought to be the product of fission bombs, the old school kind, the kind that the U.S. dropped on Japan in 1945. Last month, though, the ferocious little dictator who inherited North Korea from his dad, he started bragging publicly that under him, North Korea was ready to set off not just an old school nuclear bomb like they'd done before, but the new kind, a hydrogen bomb, a thermonuclear device, a bomb that uses not fission, but fusion. And last night we reported this breaking news of a seismic event of some kind that had been detected at a North Korean nuclear site. South Korea said immediately that they thought it was another nuclear test. North Korea said within a matter of hours that, oh yeah, not only was it a nuclear test, they said it was a nuclear test of a fusion bomb, of the giant kind of nuclear bomb, the kind that wiped that island off the map in 1952. If that is what they did, then North Korea has not only developed a much, much more powerful nuclear bomb than they ever did before. They have developed the type of nuclear bomb that could be miniaturized and put on a missile and sent somewhere very far-flung around the globe.
So fission, fusion.
So I want...
They're not fission.
Fission.
So they call a fission bomb an atomic bomb. They call a fusion bomb a hydrogen bomb.
A fusion bomb?
Fission is when you separate the nucleus within an atom. You fission it. You separate the two, and actually, there's a lot of radioactive waste. It's not as powerful as the opposite when you put together the nucleus, the nuclei. of atoms. Okay, so what powers the sun? It's not fission, it's fusion. You're fusing two atoms together. You're creating one element into a different element. So the gravitational forces within a sun are so strong. Atoms are condensed, so closely, tightly packed together that they begin to fuse together. They begin to join together, and it produces the power of the sun. So what you're doing in a hydrogen bomb is you're kind of producing a mini reaction that you'd have in the sun, in a star.
Why is it hydrogen? Why do they call it hydrogen?
That's the element that they use, that they're producing.
So they're taking, what is hydrogen made up of?
Hydrogen.
Cow farts.
On the periodic table, what are the elements?
I believe it's one of the first elements. I mean, I don't know exactly, but they use let me see. It's isotopes of hydrogen. That means there's different charges of elements or particles.
Okay, so there's the atomic bomb, but that's different from the hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can actually trigger a hydrogen bomb or a fusion bomb using a fission reaction. So it's a little convoluted, but ultimately fusion is a lot more powerful, and it's a lot cleaner. Actually, you don't have as much radioactive byproducts.
I looked it up. In 1952, the United States tested a hydrogen bomb. It's the first nuclear test of a fusion device, and it vaporized the islet of Aleughlab in the Marshall Islands in the North Pacific.
So that was the island she was referring to, that they tested the hydrogen bomb on an island and blew it up into non-existent.
Supposedly there's nobody there. I don't know.
I'm sure there were a couple
They
Aborigines.
didn't mention that.
Yeah, a few human beings. No big deal.
Maybe
there's some
endangered
animals.
species or two.
Yeah,
a few. Yeah, I'm like that's the issue with using the power. So if you think about what an element is built up of, it's built up of atoms, and the nuclei within these atoms are so powerfully, they stick together with such a power. When you mess with them, when you join them together, or you take them apart, you have this huge chemical reaction. That's
are you making
a lot more powerful than gravity or any other force out there.
How does that doesn't? But it's strange to me because these are such tiny. Are they particles? They're tiny. What do you call them?
Right, atoms.
So
such tiny things.
Yeah.
How can it create such a huge?
I can answer that question with one easy mathematical formula. E equals mc squared. Is that correct?
That's a big part of it, yeah.
So what does that mean?
Go ahead, scientist.
So that means from matter you can create energy. E equals energy in the equation. So energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. In order to create energy from matter, we're built up of matter, right? We have energy flowing through us, but you can make ourselves into energy with the mathematics. You can understand it using those mathematics, that formula.
Yeah. So how do you take these tiny things and put them together? Like, how do you actually move that and detonate this weapon? How does that all work?
Well, the science or the experiments around this involve speeding up particles to a really high velocity until when they collide with each other, they can break apart. So if you get particles close to the speed of light, or near speeds of light, if they're that light enough, to get to that speed, you can create high energy collision that would be able to break these atoms apart.
So you break the atoms apart, and then in order to, so that's how you create the atomic bomb, right? You just need to break them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes the explosion.
And then don't they?
But for fusion, you
just one other point, because the energy needed to keep the nuclei, because what's in a nucleus of an atom are these subatomic particles, protons, neutrons, and they're so tightly joined together that if you unleash the power needed to keep them together, there's a lot of energy that's released.
Yeah, that will, and then they also add a little bit of cow farts.
A little bit of cow farts will go a long way.
I thought that's how they make hydrogen bombs. They just
and then what was the other? Oh yeah, so then fusing. You're talking about fusing.
Yeah.
So if you push them together, like think of the energy needed to push together two nuclei, and then that releases a lot of energy.
But less radiation.
Yeah, less byproducts. Let's put it that way. Less byproducts come out of that.
But more cow farts.
It's cleaner. I mean, think about the energy, solar energy. People love using solar energy because it's real clean, right?
So that's probably the Democratic approved bomb.
Yeah. They we like our bombs clean, like my shit.
If you want to get rid of half of the world population, let's go with the
North Korea.
Hydrogen.
Don't create that atomic bomb. Stick to the hydrogen one. You want to protect that ozone layer.
It's a lot more powerful, though. A fusion bomb is a lot more powerful.
Now, the government's saying that Kim Jong bombs isn't actually capable of creating an H-bomb, or the test wasn't actually testing the H-bomb because of the low impact.
It's a complicated process to be able to do this. You need a lot of real mature technology to be able to produce one of these bombs, and North Korea doesn't really have that much of the capability of building that research and development needed to do that.
Don't you need that particle accelerator that they have at CERN? Do you need that?
Yeah, you need something like that to help experiment and test weapons.
Who controls that? Who has ownership of?
I think it's a collection of countries, sort of like
North
the UN.
Korea
It's not exactly the UN, but it's a collection of countries.
So really, you'd have to have something like that in order to.
At least that's a good start.
So that's the requirement.
But I mean, they might be experimenting a little bit, and nobody takes them seriously. Though that's why it comes. It's just kind of like a soundbite. Yeah. It comes into the news. People are like, they can't even launch something farther than 20, 30 miles.
Yeah.
So if they're going to come and attack the U.S., I mean, it's going to go, maybe a few miles into the ocean, and then, oops. Yeah. So even if they are able to create a weapon that's a portion of the power that the capability the U.S. has, they still wouldn't even be able to come close to launching it towards us.
So we don't need to be worried on the West Coast that North Korea is going to come and drop a fusion bomb on us.
Well, think about it this way. They'd have to fly a plane over here, and we have a lot of radar tracking, and we track kind of the skies, and we'll find out real fast if it's something that is foreign. Hours.
Shoot it
maybe.
down.
If you shoot it down, then wouldn't that detonate the bomb?
It's not easy actually to trigger an atomic bomb as well. It takes you got to be able to trigger it too.
So we can't shoot it down then.
You'd want to be careful about it, but
yeah, you want it, otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You know, there goes a few people.
No, I read that.
There goes Hawaii.
And a couple birds.
And Iowa. No more Iowan farmers and holy rollers. I read that Kim Jong-Un is the equivalent of Donald Trump in North Korea. So don't take his words seriously. He's just boasting and bragging and full of hot air.
So when they set that bomb off, he said, "It was huge."
It would be,
It was huge.
It huge.
Huge. Whatever the Korean word for huge is. What do you think it is, Albert?
The Korean word for huge? I'm not
Yeah.
going to try to guess because I might offend people.
You've already offended half the world.
Is it okay to offend North Korea? No, we don't want to do that.
No. They'll bomb us with their...
It's not like, again, we have to put that into perspective. It's not like Nazi Germany, everybody there was pro-Hitler.
Yeah.
I'm sure most of the people in North Korea hate the fact that their leader is this Kim Jong-Un.
Yeah, I like how Rachel Maddow, the woman that we heard the report, she referred to him as the great dick of North Korea. No, she said
she emphasized that part of dictator.
Yeah, it sounded like the great dictatorship of North Korea.
There you go. There's a play on words, I guess. But he's really into the media and entertainment and sports. I think Dennis Rodman is like a good buddy of his.
Wasn't he in a movie a couple of years ago? That
the shoot with
Seth Rogen and
no, he wasn't in the. He was being made fun of. Like there was an assassination planned.
Did that movie ever come out?
No,
it was released
canceled
in rental and streaming, video streaming.
But you couldn't watch it on the movie theaters because America got scared. Terrorism
people
won.
thought that North Korea really could come over and drop a bomb on us.
Oh, goodness gracious!
I mean, it's entirely possible, but you just there's precautions that we have in place against it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, that was really lame.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can go watch it. It's out there. I think on maybe I don't know, Netflix or something.
All right, we got to play our game. You guys have a game?
No game.
You guys got no game?
Got no game.
Oh no.
We're going to talk about female NFL.
Oh, that's right.
Coaches, or just move on to. Or is that a game?
Let's talk about.
That's a gimmick.
It's
kind of like a game.
All right, let's play gimmick.
Sports. We're going to talk about sports.
All right, so Paul's going to talk about a female in the sports world. What's up with that?
What happened? So the Buffalo Bills hired the first female coach in NFL history. Right?
Oh no,
Kathryn
we're
Smith.
screwed now. They're going to be making poor decisions because she's a girl.
They're going to be too worried about trying to protect her from these violent NFL players.
Yeah, and she's going to be in touch with their feelings.
Yeah, then they're going to start dating. They're going to start dating.
They're going to start crying on the field.
All right, we're just all right. So, Paul, thank you for the analysis.
All right,
but it's not a big deal. See, I feel like the NFL is almost a little bit slow to this. But I guess with football, you don't really have. There's not like a female football league out there. So for a female to become an NFL coach, that's a pretty big deal, I guess. But there's female coaches in the NBA. Like the Spurs have a female assistant,
but not a head
Sacramento
coach.
Kings do.
But not the head coach.
If this Buffalo Bill, they gave her special teams, I think.
Oh, okay. She's never mind. So she's just the head assistant.
Yeah, she's not a head coach.
Oh, right. All right. This is not a big deal.
The Bills have Rex Ryan as their head coach.
Okay. Oh, so she's just the assistant to the male cock and balls.
Yeah,
and she's if I was reading that right, it's just special teams.
How can I help you, cuck? How can I help you?
That's pretty much like, you barely made the team. The players that are on special teams, they don't really have many skills.
Yeah, so it's a way to show that the NFL is woman friendly and that they don't beat up, their domesticated wives.
Oh, that makes sense because last year that was the theme. That was
right. See, now it's all
Ray
together
situation. Yep.
Yes.
So that's a good deconstruction. So we need to make up with the bad news with how we treat women and our players beating up their girlfriends. You know what? We're gonna make amends.
Let's throw them a bone.
Yeah, throw them a bone.
But they do. I mean, they tried, and they make sure to say things like, "Well, she was hired based on her merit, her knowledge of the game. She knows, she has all this experience," and that's probably true. It's just, these first hires like this are really. It's hard to argue against that they are just PR ploys.
Yeah.
So she is qualified. So how do you?
She's qualified. Yeah.
What does that mean?
She's probably smarter than Rex Ryan, and she could probably do a better job than him.
Like she gets paid half as much as all the other coaches.
Probably.
What's the qualification criteria? Like you need a bachelor's in footballology.
I think you got to have networking skills. You got to know somebody. You got to be in the inn.
You got to. So that's it. You need to have network connections to be qualified.
Yeah, I guess she's been a part of his staff in some capacity, like on the sideline, helping him with, probably like equipment and scouting or something like that.
Okay.
She is a ball woman. She picked up the footballs.
She grabs the balls. She helps carry the players' balls.
Man, I'm gonna offend a lot of people here.
Blow.
That's a low blow, Steven.
That is cheap, crude humor.
Yeah.
That even baffled Obama.
Oh man.
We take that back.
It's a PR ploy. Yeah. Is our there's sarcasm, right? Didn't we have a little discussion about that?
You can't defend that one.
No, you're all screwed up.
In law in
Oh man.
So yeah, it's the new thing. More female coaches are being hired in sports. And even last week, ESPN announced that they're going to have, for their Sunday night baseball, a female's going to join the broadcast booth. That's for the first time. So you know how it used to be John Miller, Joe Morgan, doing the games. Years ago, they changed those guys. Like they got rid of John Miller, obviously, but now they're going to have a former softball player be one of the analysts.
So they're making progress. So this is a good thing. It's all around.
Yeah, it's a good thing, and it's just depressing how long it took just to have a female be part of this.
Yeah, but see, our Judeo-Christian traditions would not have allowed this.
Yeah.
Back in the past.
It's all those religious holy rollers. Rolling in the holy.
So there's that balance between progress and not progress. I don't know how you please everybody. Because I'm sure a lot of these traditional states or people are completely outraged by stuff like this.
People who like to say whatnot a lot are going to be offended or upset.
Whatnot? What else did they say?
That said.
And that said.
That said.
Well, that was NPR. That's liberal. And that said, or with that said, that's a liberal thing.
John Miller says whatnot a lot. I don't know if you've noticed that.
Yep.
He does, huh?
When he's on a post-game rap.
And whatnot. And whatnot. And whatnot.
Brandon Crawford had a home run and a double and had a few.
But I think he says it more.
A home run and whatnot.
I think he says it more to joke around, just because he jokes around a little bit.
And whatnot.
He plays on words sometimes.
And whatnot.
And whatnot.
And whatnot.
And whatnot.
He does that a lot.
And whatnot. With that said, and whatnot.
And all the John Millers and the Dwayne Kuipers
and whatnot.
The caustic climacticuses of the world.
And whatnot.
And whatnot. And what? Not.
All right, we gotta...
What? Not.
I think it's time to wrap things up.
What?
And not.
Sports. We're going to talk about sports.
All right.
You gotta get Cruz next week. Do Cruz's.
All right. I gotta get Cruz. I gotta get. Yeah, he does some weird, annoying.
It's like a Larry David thing.
Interruption.
Yeah, you don't
stammer.
remember? I thought you mentioned it.
Or Larry David being George Steinbrenner, right? That's what he would do.
No, but Cruz was doing that too. Whenever he gets interrupted, he goes. Boop, 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 boop.
Yeah. So whenever someone attacks what Cruz said or points out a flaw in his argument, he tries to interrupt them, and he has this weird. But this one was very like it was a crescendo of sorts, like a melody.
Remember when we were listening to the sand bombing?
Oh yeah, the carpet bombing,
carpet bombing.
Yeah, I'll have to find. Yeah,
he had a clip. We had a clip of him doing that. I'm sure you get Carson. I'm sure they all have one thing that they do when they're in the middle of
Suckin in soot.
When I go out jogging and my chest is on fire, it's gonna explode, and I'm just inhaling a lot of soot.
Sucking in that soot.
Sucking in soot.
Sounds like a rap song. Sucking in soot. I'm sucking soot.
Let's sign her off here.
All right. Okay. So with all that soot in my balls, this is ASP Stuff Radio singing. No.
Sucking in soot. And burning in my chest.
Okay, so this is ASP Stuff Radio signing off. We are all stuffed up with soot.
Sucking in soot. Sucking in soot. Sucking in soot. Sucking in soot. Sucking in soot. Sucking in soot. Sucking in soot. Sucking in soot. You might die. You might die. You might die. You might die.
We're not gonna chill. In fact, it's time to drill, baby, drill down and hold these folks accountable. Drill.
Sucking in soot, burning in my chest. Sucking in soot, burning in my chest.
Drill, baby, drill.
Sucking in soot, burning in my chest.
Drill.
Sucking in soot, burning in my chest. 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 Sucking in soot,
his trumpeters, well,
Suckin'
they're
in
not
soot.
conservative enough.
Burning in my
Because
chest.
of his power, his high
Suckin' in
off
soot.
of opium.
Burning in
Other
my
people's
chest.
money. He builds big
Suckin'
things,
in
things
soot.
that touch the sky.
Burning in my chest.
Clinging bitter, clinging proud clingers of
Suckin'
our
in
guns,
soot.
our God, our
Burning in my
religion,
chest.
our Constitution. No more pussyfooting around. Can I get a hallelujah? Hallelujah! Kick ISIS ass!
Daddy, is it true? Is there no Santa Claus? I want to know if Santa's real, Daddy. Daddy! He was just there. What is that? What are you eating?
Toasty
Chips?
bread.